continue to track this big story that we're monitoring for you this hour. And we now take you to Mandela Park Stadium in Khayelitsha in Cape Town, where ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa will deliver the party's January 8 statement. Now, SABC News anchor Unathi Batyashe is there to take us through the day's proceedings. A very good morning to you, Unathi. What is happening where you are now? The stadium is filling up, we see.
Well, a very good morning to you, Khayelitsha, and of course to our SABC viewers. Listen, I can tell you now there's so much excitement now because just moments ago the bikers arrived. Earlier on, they were followed by what we call the klapsa here in Cape Town. I'm laughing because of the excitement. It's palpable here. I hope you can hear me. And I wanted just to take a second to just show you just some of the visuals here in terms of the ones that are parading inside. There's also people coming in holding flags and placards in support of Palestine, some of them saying that they are support and they are one with Gaza. So just a lot of developments here at this particular stadium in Khayelitsha. Of course, we are at the Mandela Park Stadium. In fact, it is adjacent to the Khayelitsha Stadium. People started trickling in here from as early as 6:30 in the morning. Of course, gates opened at 7 a.m. promptly, Khayelitsha. Of course, all roads leading to that January 8 statement that will be delivered by President Cyril Ramaphosa. And of course, he is expected to start at 11 a.m. this morning. So not too long to go now. We've been speaking to various ANC, NEC members. A lot of optimism, a lot of reflection, though, about the party. As you know, that this January 8 statement does come at a backdrop where the ANC's electoral decline, we saw that in the May 29 election 2024, and of course leading up to the local government election of 2026, party members saying, of course, that there is a lot of focus that is now needed, particularly at local government level. We saw ANC, NEC members not too long ago leading up to this event walking the streets of not only Khayelitsha but Gugulethu, Delft, as well as other areas in Cape Town, particularly also Bella and so forth. So ANC, NEC members saying and taking stock really about the failures of the party to garner those much needed votes. We are in Khayelitsha today, so I'm going to be speaking to my colleague Unathi Batyashe, who is the SABC politics editor. Is going to join me now. Our particular focus, of course, also is the significance of having this particular event in the Western Cape. What does it mean? We saw, of course, that the ANC now enjoys about 19% of the vote in the 2024 election, a significant drastic decline from the 28% or so that they garnered in the 2019 election. Mzwai, thank you so much again for your time. Of course, much excitement here. I do hope our viewers can hear us at home. But let's talk about the significance of having this event in the Western Cape. What does it mean for the ANC party, of course, trying to revive their fellowship and their support base here in Khayelitsha, particularly ahead of those local government elections?
Yes, Unathi, you can see that the ANC has done some mobilization, particularly in Khayelitsha and then, of course, the Greater Western Cape. I mean, people are still streaming in, and they are trying to go back to what they used to do in terms of reconnecting with the ordinary people. Obviously, there will be a number of interest groups. I mean, we saw people, and the issue of Palestine is still a very important issue, and they are here, and then they are showing it that as the ANC, they've always stood with Palestinians. I mean, even now, you can see the sounds around this park. So it's about free Palestine. So the ANC here in Khayelitsha and here in the Western Cape really wants to go back to what used to make it the ANC, that people used to easily reconnect with it. So, and ordinary people seem to be excited. I don't know whether it's because they see that there's activity, but I guess the ANC may take heart from the fact that there is some interest that people are showing. The question is, are you able to capitalize on that? Are you able to capitalize by doing what is right in terms of bringing services to the people?
One of the important, statements that have been made by various analysts that we've been speaking to is it enough, though? Is it enough that the January 8th statement is going to talk about its reflection of the past and what it intends to do going forward in light of this very crucial local government elections? I mean, just looking at the Western Cape itself and how the party is not showing any form of leadership in any of the municipalities in this province. We saw, of course, how it also declined in provinces like the Northern Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, etc. So is it enough, or are we going to see much of the same when President Cyril Ramaphosa of the ANC takes the stand and delivers that January 8th statement?
The ANC January 8th statement is a statement that is supposed to give the marching orders for the year ahead. So yes, you can reflect what has happened, but after that reflection, you need to give the marching orders. So that's why I think these people will want to hear and see that we have come here. So, but what is it that you are telling us going forward? So where we have lost ground, how do we reclaim that lost ground? So I think that's what people will want to hear, because really just reflecting only is not enough. It's about the future. We know what the past has got for us. So what is happening currently? So what have you got for the future? So that is what the January 8th statement is meant to do. It's meant to tell each and every member of the ANC and supporter that this is how we start the year. This is how we're going to achieve. Remember, the ANC has always modeled itself as a disciplined force over the left, which means it is really caring, or it's supposed to be very caring about the ordinary people and the masses. So what is it that you are going to do? For me, I want to hear the president on behalf of the NEC speak about things that the ANC will do differently in order to change the quality of lives and how to implement some of the things that are even policies. Remember, as much as they are a government of national unity, they are leading that government of national unity. So they have to implement. So it will be very interesting, Unathi.
And talking about leading the government of national unity, next month, the State of the Nation address, are we likely to see just some of the key priorities that President Cyril Ramaphosa here as the ANC president will be touching on? Will we see those reflected in the government of national unity? How different do you think that will be?
Well, they've already identified some of the key areas that they'll be working on, I mean, as the ANC and as partners in the government of national unity. And I think, by the way, all of us as South Africans want to get to the same destination. The only difference is that others want to use the highway, others want to use the gravel road, others want to fly. So, but the bottom line is that all of us want to get to that same destination. How quickly will we get? Are we going to be delayed on the way? So that is why implementation is key. You can tell us how we want to get there. So we need to see the elements. So we'll hear the president speak about that, reflect on the GNU. Of course, we know within the alliance, the GNU is not liked. I mean, publicly they've made it clear. And then of course, there are some of the alliance partners who will be here as well. But the alliance partners have made it clear that they are not in favor of the GNU, particularly the SACP. And of course, with the SACP having said in 2026 it's going it alone in terms of the elections, it is going to be very interesting. I want to hear the tone also of the president to the alliance partners. How is he going to reach out to them? Or is there anything that can still be done to somehow save the alliance as we know it? I know the meeting is on the cards between these alliance partners, but it's going to be very interesting. We actually are in an epoch where the realignment of politics is actually happening. This is what you are seeing here. Even when we engage with the various members, some of them NEC veterans, they are very open to say this ANC is changing. Whether for the better, for the worse, it's anyone's guess.
And already we have a changed political landscape in the form of new parties like the MK party coming into the fold. But Mzwai, let's leave it there for now. Thank you so much for that. Of course, our politics editor, Unathi Batyashe, just giving us his take on what we are likely to see and hear when ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa takes to the podium. We understand that will be happening at around about 11 o'clock, so just under an hour, hopefully, if everything starts on time. Of course, this is where I am at the stadium. Of course, you see it's lively, it's bubbly, but I do believe my colleague Gululama Maikya is on the other side of the stadium. And let's cross now to her.
Thank you very much, Unathi. Yes, it's lively, it's vibey. Just now, when you're coming to me, there was a parade of motorbikes and Free Palestine displaying that. Many supporters of the ANC are here at the Nelson Mandela Park Stadium in Khayelitsha, which is a stronghold of the ANC. Around me are ANC supporters who have come to listen to President Cyril Ramaphosa, the message that he is going to deliver today. Let me grab a few and speak to them. Ma'am, what are you expecting the president to say today?
I'm expecting him to say free education, and he must also create jobs for the young youth, and then HIV and AIDS, there must be improvement, and also he must also drop the numbers of the unemployment and the results for grade 12. All the best.
She's talking about free education, and we know that next week, matric results are coming out, and many of the students, learners who are in grade 12 this year, who will pass matric, would want to pursue or further their studies at higher learning institutions. And we know that NSFAS has got challenges. So this ANC supporter and member is saying that she wishes that the president talks about free education. There are also young people here. Nifuna president athethe ngantoni nini? Nifuna president athethe ngantoni?
Sifuna athethe ngento zoba abantwana education ibe free ebantwaneni, and then nakubantu abasebenzayo kwindawo abasebenza kuzo bekuthweka kuthethwa kodwa ngo-age of 65, but bakhona baka-EPWP abakhutshwayo abaku-age of 55. Ngaske urhulumente ababonelele abantu at least ibe ngula 65, uyazi ke ngokuvuleleka kwabanye abantu imisebenzi.
Okay, this lady is talking about the challenges that the EPWP program is facing. She is saying that the age limit for the EPWP program must be increased so that many people can stay longer on the program. Ufuna ukuthi president athethe ngantoni wena mama?
President mina into endifuna ibathethe ngayo, ndifuna uba ngaba alungiselele abantu abadala bahlale kakuhle ezindaweni zabo zokuhlala, banikwe amalungelo wabo. Abantwana abantu abaninzi olulutsha alinamisebenzi, alufundi, elokishini abananto. Ndifuna nje uba ngaba imisebenzi bekhona nemfundo yabantwana, nto efuna siyifuna kupresident. Nkosi mama.
Ufuna upresident athini yena?
Molweni bethunani. Into endiyihalela yapha kupresident ingathi ungasenzela nje inceba yokubana ngaba ungapheleli kula 35 yengqasho, usiqashe nathi ngondina 50. Ndingumama one-license ucode 10, ndine-PDP, but I didn't work. Ubomi bubayo bane-license buna 10 years ngoku. Ndihambe ndibamba ama-temporal, ndiqhubele ii-undertakers obubhanqa zindishiye endleleni, which ke ngoku akho msebenzi ubhadlileyo phaa ndirejistwanga, uyayiva ndini. But i-license yam ihamba nje ndihombise isipaji ngayo, ne-PDP yam le bekumele uba siyaqashwa. Uthi ngosofuna uqashwa kuthiwe unangaphi, ngoba ndingumama ona-15 nto ngoku. Enkosi khawusizamele no-NSFAS. Yini abantwana bam bapase imatric babini, omnye upasa ngoku. ingathi ke lo wawapasa ngokuya angafani nalo khani khupheni imali bantakwethu ezipokothweni ize ebantwini egroundini sivotela le ANC because of siyayithanda so nqala uba ngamawequ ngomso kusasa kuthiwe nabo beyengapha andisubiza mibutho ke khoyo but ke ngoku khawusilungise tata uRamaphosa netafile yakho ulungise iziphene sikabantu abathethwayo ngaphandle sithethwa kakubi sifuna umbutho wethu ume abantu babuyele ekhaya inkosi.
She wants the president to address a number of issues. She's saying that she's got a PDP, but because she is above the age of 35, she's not getting those opportunities. One thing that we've listened to people around here, ANC supporters, they are saying that the party ground and fix itself. They believe that if it can fix itself, especially here in the Western Cape, because the Western Cape, the ANC lost the province in 2009, and since then its support has been declining. So some of the ANC supporters that are here, they are saying that if it can be, they are optimistic that they have an opportunity to win back the control of the province. It's just about cleaning the party cleaning its own going forward. With that, back to you at the studio, Mxolisi.
All right, that's our very own Lulama Makia monitoring those voices on the ground that continue to echo. And we, of course, apologize for that sometimes poor sound quality. As you can see, this is a moving story and we're trying to make sure that you don't miss out on a beat. And as we continue to monitor developments there coming out of the Western Cape, you can see their celebrations have began. And of course, you heard there the euphoria, sheer sounds of jubilation there coming out from that stadium. Now, the African National Congress will host its 113th birthday celebrations today, and this all happens at the Mandela Park Stadium in Khayelitsha. Now, the 113th anniversary celebrations will be the first for the ANC since the party lost its electoral majority in the May 2024 national and provincial elections. Now, the former liberation movement also goes into these elections under intense pressure from alliance partner, the South African Communist Party, over the government of national unity with the Democratic Alliance and other opposition parties. As you've seen and heard there at the top of the program, we've been trying our best to make sure that all grounds are covered for you as we continue to also find out what some of those voices on the ground are saying right now. And we keep a close eye on it all as it continues to unfold.